Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're looking at a ship from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This is a Naboo fighter. And I'm sure all of you guys recognize this ship from the movies. These were the ships that the Naboos used in the giant space battle at the end of the movie. And this is actually one of the ships Anakin was flying as a child, and he blew up the main control ship of the Trade Federation. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and bring it closer to the camera so we all get a better look at it. And here's one of the pilots that come, excuse me. When you buy this vehicle, there's no pilot that comes with it. They're totally sold separately. And this is what one of the pilots looks like. And his helmet is removable. If you want to see, I'll show you guys that real quick. And oops. But this is one of the Naboo fighter pilots. And here's the little helmet they wear. It's a little bit stiff, but I assure you it comes off here. There we go. There's what he looks like with the helmet off. And to get it back on, you just press it on there. It's not real complicated. But one of the problems you're going to find is, there's multiple characters you can put in the ship. But today we're going to put a Naboo fighter pilot in there. But like, for example, you could put an Anakin figure in there and he'll fit fine. But one of the problems you're going to run into if you decide to put a figure like this in here is when you put them in the seated position, you're going to see with their clothing, they have this flap that hangs down past their butt. So when you try to sit them in the cockpit, they don't always want to fit. And sometimes you got to fight with a little bit, but I'll show you guys how that works in a second here. But let's pick up the ship real quick and look at it from all sides. And sometimes these big guys are a little difficult to get the whole thing on camera and up close at the same time. But I just want you guys to be able to see what it looks like from all sides. And one of the things you'll first notice is these little points are bent. And the reason that is because they're flexible. And they do that so people don't hurt themselves with it. And this one just, the way it, over time, it just kind of curved in on me. But, you can bend them back and work them a little bit. And they'll straighten out a little bit. But this guy's got a little bit of curve to it. And there you can see R2-D2's in there. He's permanent. He's not removable. But he does spin. You can spin his top. And I think he may even light up when we do some of the sound effects. I'll show you guys that in a sec. But the R2 unit, and I believe that is R2-D2, it does spin. And the cockpit does open, and all you do is kind of pinch it a little bit. Pinch the tabs in, and it swings open. And you see there's a couple little stickers in there that represent consoles and stuff like that, but there's no real controls there. I don't know if you guys can see the dashboard on it. But here, let's go ahead and put the pilot in. And so what you're going to do is, it's a little bit tight, but you got to bend his legs forward, and you'll go ahead and slide him in there. And you got to kind of pinch his arms together, and he'll get in there. And then you lay him, get him in as low as you can, and there you go. See, he's a little bit tight. He sits a little bit too high. There you go. See if we can work him down. There we go. That's good. Okay, so there he is. He's in there. Let's see if you guys can see him in there. And I'll show you one other thing. One of the other things this ship does is kind of interesting is you'll see there's these two little buttons back here. And it is electronic. It's battery operated. And when you hit the buttons, you get the sound effects. So let's try them out. Here's the first one. And I don't know if you guys can see, it doesn't come across on camera real well, but There's two blaster cannons right here. They're little clear plastic tubes, and when you hit the button, they light up. And if you remember in the film, these ships actually shot green lasers. And when you hit the other button, you get flight sound effects. Okay, and then if you check out the bottom here, you'll see there's no real landing gears. It just has these little nubs on the wings in the center of the body. And one other thing this ship does, if you look, you'll see there's a torpedo here. This is the Proton Torpedo for the Naboo fighter. And the way you launch it, if you look real close here next to the battery pack, you'll see there's a little tiny trigger mechanism. And all you're going to do is pull back on that trigger, and it launches the torpedo. Reload, you just push in till you hear click. And once again, there you go. That's how the torpedo on the underbelly works. And there you can see there's the speaker for the sound effects. And there you go, everyone. There is your Naboo fighter from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.